This is the only video you need to watch if you want to learn how to make a Blood Orange Moscow Mule at home. My name is Ron Verpin. I'm a full-time medical doctor, and I've been a home bartender for over 5 years now. During that time, I've learned how to make over 100 different cocktails, and I've thrown over 50 cocktail parties, and I teach other busy professionals how to make cocktails at home. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to make a Blood Orange Moscow Mule. Now, the Moscow Mule itself is a classic cocktail dating back to either the 1930s or 1940s, somewhere in that time period. It was created in Los Angeles. And it's really stood the test of time in the 2020s and even slightly before that, throughout the 21st century. It's been an extremely popular drink. And thanks to my friends at Fever Tree, we're actually now able to make a blood orange version because they make a blood orange ginger beer. And that's one of the reasons I like Fever Tree so much. In addition to Q Mixers, these two companies, not only do they make high quality sodas for all the standard staples like ginger beer, tonic water, and grapefruit soda, but they also all make fun variations on them. And Fever Tree has made this blood orange ginger beer, which I think is a great fun variation, and it allows you to make a different version of a Moscow Mule. But essentially, besides the fact that we're using a different soda, the recipe is exactly the same as it is for the standard Moscow Mule. I've already made a video on that, and that'll be linked in the description below. But for those of you that haven't watched that video yet on how to make the Moscow Mule, or you're not as familiar with the Moscow Mule, we'll be going over the recipe again here as well. So first, let's start with the ingredients. The Blood Orange Moscow Mule, like the regular Moscow Mule, is going to call for vodka and lime juice. But now, instead of using ginger beer, we're going to be using a blood orange ginger beer. That's really the only difference here. Also, the ratios and the measurements are going to be the exact same. This is going to call for 2 ounces of vodka, 3/4 ounce of lime juice, and then 4 ounces of your ginger beer, which in this case is going to be a blood orange ginger beer. And for the exact brands that I'm going to be using, for vodka, I'm going to be using Tito's. And for the most part, Tito's has been my standard workhorse vodka. It's readily available, especially in the United States, and is very affordable as well. So I think it's a great workhorse vodka to have behind your bar. Then for lime juice, we have the Nelly & Joe's Key West lime juice. For pretty much all of my videos on this channel, and when I make drinks in real life as well for people, Nelly & Joe's Key West lime juice is my go-to standard lime juice that I use all the time. And then finally, for the blood orange ginger beer, I believe this is actually the only brand that makes it, or at least the only one that I'm aware of that makes it, and that's going to be Fever Tree, which is a great brand, not only for this, but also for tonic water, for grapefruit soda, and for regular ginger beer as well. So they cover all the bases when it comes to standard sodas for your cocktails. So let's go ahead and make the drink. Like I do with all highball cocktails, this is going to be using the sandwich method. What that entails is that I pour half of the carbonated ingredient into the glass first, then I pour the other ingredients, and then finally the second half of the carbonated ingredient on top of that. So before we pour anything into the glass first, let's put some ice in there. Let's go ahead and start with just, let's see, we can actually do probably 3 or 4 ice cubes. Let's start with 3, and then maybe we'll put a 4th one on top. Let's decide on that later on. So first, let's start with the 2 ounces. So like I said, this drink is going to call for 4 ounces in total of blood orange ginger beer, but we'll start with just the first 2 because we're using the sandwich method here. So in order to get a precise measurement, you want to let the bubbles settle out first. So that's going to be the first 2 ounces of your blood orange ginger beer. And then finally, sorry, not finally, but the next 2 ingredients are going to be vodka and lime juice. Because it does contain a citrus component, we're actually going to be shaking the other 2 components. So 2 ounces of vodka. And then 3/4 ounce of lime juice. In order to get a good seal in here, we're going to put another ice cube. Combine everything, give it a good seal. Now we've shaken for about 8 to 12 seconds. Go ahead and unlock the tin. Strain everything over the rest of the ingredients. And then finally, I don't think we'll have room for the 4th ice cube, but we have to do another 2 ounces of the ginger beer on top. So that's really how you do this sandwich method. You do the first 2 ounces or the first half of the carbonated ingredients, so the first 2 ounces of ginger beer at the bottom. Then you put the other ingredients in the middle, which is going to be your vodka and lime juice together. And we shook that because lime juice is citrus, so we have to combine it well with the vodka. And then finally, the second half of the carbonated ingredient, which is going to be the final 2 ounces of ginger beer, we pour on top. So anyways, there you have it. This is the Blood Orange Moscow Mule. Cheers. So if you found this video helpful, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I really like to do 2 styles of videos on this channel. One will be like this type of video where I do a tutorial showing you guys how to make a specific cocktail. And the second style of video will be where I give stories from my own journey and give guides and do tips and tricks and share things like that I hope will help you guys become better home bartenders. That's all I have for today's video. Thank you. Cheers.